Hey, today we're making some tuna and quinoa. I added some stuff to the quinoa and I did some sides. So this is gonna be a nice one. So let's get right to it. Let's get to the stove. So I'm trying to get some moisture off the tuna before we put this into the pan. So this is the quinoa. It's a very simple dish and we're gonna add some black eyed peas to it. Some pak choy. I'm gonna do some mushrooms and some onions on the side too. So whilst the stove is heating up, I'm just gonna make sure I get most of the moisture out from this tuna. So let's get started. There's two ways of doing this quinoa. I'm using about a cup and a half, and this way I'm gonna parch it first. You can also wash it and then cook it, but I wanna parch it to get a nice toasty kind of flavor. Maybe about 5-7 minutes, and then we're gonna add the water. So quinoa is 2-to-1 ratio. 2 cups of water to 1 cup of quinoa. And then we're gonna cover this for about 15-20 minutes, and that's how fast this is gonna finish. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of butter and I'm gonna season this up with some salt and pepper. You can season to taste to your liking too. Quinoa has a very distinct flavor, so I'm not gonna mix it with a lot of different stuff because I love the flavor of it itself. And we're just gonna add some black eyed peas. This is a canned black eye. You can add red beans, you can add black beans, you can add chickpeas. We're gonna bring this to a boil and then we're gonna cover it for about 15-20 minutes. All right. So let's move this aside and we're gonna start with our other dishes. So we're gonna start with the tuna first. And for the tuna, I like to use a heavy pan. And we're just gonna use a little bit of butter. And this is gonna be a very, very simple dish because tuna has a distinct flavor and I don't wanna put a lot of different seasoning into this fish because I wanna taste tuna when I'm cooking it or when I'm actually eating it. So first let's saute our onions. So if you notice, I did some bigger slices because when this is broken down, it's going to be the right size, nice bite-sized onions. And this is going to add a lot of flavors to the pan whilst I'm cooking the tuna. Here, as you can see, the size of the rings. So let's push this aside and get everything started. I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic to do my tuna, and I'm going to season that with salt and pepper. That's it. So this pan holds a lot of heat, so I'm not going to have this garlic in here for long. I'm just going to put the tuna right in behind it. Tuna does not take long to cook. So you got to watch it on the side, and as the side of the fish is cooking just about halfway up, you need to flip it. So just season this with salt and some pepper. And all that onion flavor is going to go right into the fish also. And there, as you can see, it's about a third of the way up, and I'm going to start flipping this very soon. So maybe about a minute and a half on each side. And if you like it more rare, you can do it probably just a minute. This is a very simple and delicious dish, very healthy too. Let's just flip these over. I've tried tuna in the oven already and it came out a little dry. So let's just put some salt and pepper on this. Toss this around, make sure it's not burning too. There we go. So our tuna is almost finished here already. Some people can take it out now, but we like to cook it just a little bit more. There we go. Let's take it out. And we're going to remove our onions also. And then we're going to start with our mushrooms. And again, I'm not cooking with a lot of different flavors today. I'm keeping it very, very simple. Let's remove this also. So the reason I didn't add all the onions into the tuna too You know, my kids and my wife are not too much of onion lovers, but I love onions on my fish or chicken. So let's get started with the mushrooms. So if you notice, I didn't put any oil, any extra oil, because these pan hold a lot of oil inside of it. And we're just gonna add our mushrooms. And the only thing I'm gonna add to this mushroom different is just a bit of soy sauce to the end. So same thing, some salt and pepper. And I'm sure that pan has some onion flavors in it. And the garlic brings out a nice crispy flavor into this mushroom too. Just a pinch of butter. So we're not going to overcook this either. Maybe about 10 minutes and our mushroom should be done. Just a pinch of soy sauce to add a little bit of salt flavor to there. I'm going to turn up the heat and so this water can evaporate. So you can taste here now for salt or whatever you want to add to it now. But we're just going to leave it as it is. And we're going to remove this and do our pak choy. So hey, just a quick note. If this is the first time you're looking at my channel, we do a lot of fishing on here. And I do hope you consider subscribing. It's now in the middle of winter and there's not a lot of fish. So I'm doing lots of cooking. And we'll be getting out back to the pier and to the inlet very soon. So this is baby pak choy. And the same thing, very simple. Some salt and pepper and just the garlic as you saw earlier. So for me, I don't like to overcook my greens. But for the kids, they want to eat it a little bit more tender. So for me, I would take this off right now. But I'm just going to cook it on a little bit more for the kids. Meal is almost finished. We're going to look at the quinoa in just a second and you'll see how that is coming along. So it's been about 20 minutes total since I've been cooking. And this should be done. I'm just going to turn this off and put this aside. So it's good to use a good non-stick pan when you're cooking these dishes because you don't want it to burn in the bottom. And this quinoa with the black eyed peas is very delicious. You should give this a try and drop me a comment and let me know how it came out. You can also leave a picture on our Facebook page. It's the same thing. Who Can Cook Real Life. And it is done. Look at our dish. Everything's prepared. The kids are going to come have dinner. Our pak choy, our tuna, our quinoa, our onions on the side. We got mushrooms. So let's dig in and see what it looks like. So you see we cooked it right through, but it's still nice and moist. I just love this black eyed peas in this quinoa. And who doesn't love mushrooms? Just delicious. So once again, I just want to say thanks for watching the short video. Hope you do give this recipe a try. Drop me a comment, let me know what it came out like. And there it is. The tuna is just delicious. I'm just going to continue eating this. I forgot. Oh, I got it to say. Oh yes guys, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in an upcoming video. Everything is going good. Gotta go, take a run. I'm not going to take this to the pier. Alright. Thanks for watching. Who Can Cook Real Life.